Today we're going to look at adding and deleting user codes from a DMP alarm system. Our first step is going to be to press the command button until we get to the section that says menu yes or no. We're going to select yes. Here it's going to ask us for a current valid user code. We're going to enter our current master code into the system and press command. At this point we're now in the menu setting. We can use the command button to sequence through until we get to adding users. We're going to get to user codes. We're going to select any one of these top buttons, which will enter us into that field. At this point we can add, delete, change a user. We're going to first off add a user. First thing it's going to ask you for is the user number. Our current next user number in our system is 12. If you do pick a number that is already in use, and we'll say 11, and enter that, it will tell you that it is already in use. So we're going to use 12 as our next user number. Press command to enter. It will then ask us for a user code. For this demonstration we're going to just use 4 nines and enter it with command. We can enter a username if we'd like, or we can just leave it as the default username. If we want to enter a username, we can clear using any of the top buttons. At this point we would use the letters that are below each of the numbers. I'm going to spell out my name. So I'm going to use this, and then using the buttons across the top will correspond to the letter as in sequence. So if I want a D, I'm going to press 2 and then the first letter. I'm going to press 1 for A, and again the first N, which is the second letter. Space is going to be a 9 and the third. And my last name, Kogan. Once I've got my username entered, I'm going to press the command button. It's going to ask me to select a profile. The default profile currently is 1. We're going to accept that as our default profile. If you have other profiles, you can select those as well. Those will allow different users to have different access rights into the system. And it will basically say that user 12 has been added. To exit out, we're going to use the back arrow. We're going to press that once, twice. That's going to take us back to our main status screen. To test the code, we're going to press command. We're going to arm the system. We're going to enter in the 4 nines that we entered as a user code and press command. It's going to ask us if we want to arm the entire system. We're going to answer yes, and it will turn the system on. It will give us the default amount of time, whatever's set in your system, to leave, and the system will begin counting down. To disarm the system, we're going to press the command button until we get to the arm disarm. We're going to select disarm. We're going to again use the 4 nines, press command, and say yes to all. And that completes our adding and deleting of codes from the system.